Hi, it's Liz Nedden. Let's have a look at some different sequences. So there are different types of sequences. We've got arithmetic, which we call linear sequences, geometric, which are our multiplicative, and then we've got other types as well, which we'll have a little explore of. So let's have a look at some examples. So this is a sequence of numbers, it's a pattern, and the pattern, we've got to figure out what that pattern is. So my first term, I'm going to add 3 to get to my second term, add 3 to get to my third, add 3 to get to the fourth, and so on. So to find the next terms, I need to add 3 to get to 16, add another 3, that takes me up to 19. And we would keep on going with that same pattern. So that is a arithmetic sequence. Here's another sequence. So my first term, I'm going to subtract 3 to get to the second term. Subtract another 3 and another 3, and I will then continue. So if I subtract another 3, that takes me to negative 2, subtract another 3, takes me down to negative 5, and so on. So they're both additive and adding and subtracting patterns are called arithmetic because we're adding or subtracting. And so those are our linear patterns. Here is an example of a slightly different pattern. So for the first term, I am multiplying it by 2 to get to the second, and again by 2, and again by 2. So each term gets multiplied by 2 to get to the next value. So to find the next two numbers in the pattern, multiply by 2 gets me to 192, multiply by another 2 gets me to 384. Let's have a look at this pattern here. So 2, 6, 18, 54. Let's think to go from 2 to 6, have 6 to 18 and 18 to 54. Well, in this case I'm multiplying again. So I'm multiplying by 3. 6 3s are 18, 18 3s are 54. So to continue this pattern, 54 times 3 would give me 162. If I multiply that by 3, that will give me 486, and so on. Let's have a look at a different example. So this is a different pattern here. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. These are quite special numbers. And what these numbers are, these are our square numbers. So 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25. So the next number in the pattern, 6 squared, is 36, 7 squared, 49, and so on. So we can have patterns with squared numbers as well. This one here, 2, 5, 10, 17, 26. Let's find the difference between them and see if we can identify this pattern. So 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 7 is 17, 17 plus 9 is 26. So I'm adding on another 2 each time. So that means to get the next number, I need to add on 11, and then add on 13, and so on. One last example, this is called a Fibonacci sequence. So Fibonacci sequence means I'm going to take the first two numbers, add them to get the third. Then the previous two, so 2 plus 3 is 5. So to find the next number, 3 plus 5 is 8. Then 5 plus 8 is 13, and so on. So that's called a Fibonacci sequence. Thanks very much for watching.